This is pre-recorded. People need to understand that. This is not live. We have Org.
Pre-recorded.
They've submitted another draft potentially here, looking to upset Shoes Money Crew and keep their playoff dreams alive. All they need to do is win this series, and Week 5 opens it up for them.
Just win this series, Forehead.
Hey!
I love how simple we always paint this kind of stuff.
Hey, just
being
win.
like, hey man, all they've got to do is win 2 maps and they're guaranteed playoffs.
Just pick Sombra, right?
Step one.
Step 1, pick Sombra.
Yes.
Step 2, beat Shoes Money Crew. Step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 4, profit.
Yes. Suddenly they're going to pick up the Overwatch League's finest player, you might say.
Surely if he was going to go on to any Tier 2 team, he'd go on to British Hurricane.
Of course he would, but that's being sensible. We're not being sensible right now. Let's be sensible, though, as the game is about to kick off. We have Org looking to roll out the gate, at least for now, with, again, this more dive-based setup we spoke about before. Dropping that third time, bringing 2 DPS to the party. Basically, Zarya has been replaced by a Genji.
I love that spot for Sombras. They just basically look through the window and just wave and like, hi! And then like spot what's coming out, so it gives Shoes Money Crew a chance to reposition if they need to, right?
Like an old school Stone Sour song there, looking through the glass.
Oh, that's quite good actually. We have Org then changed it up as well, came back in.
Nice. Okay, I like it, I like it. They've seen what they're against, and I think quite wise, he drops more of the tankiness in their team. Still going to try and roll through what they... In fact, I like they've added more tankiness, which is a bit of a weird one. You don't want to bring
into
that
the Sombra,
dude. Yeah, very weird, but hey, they're going to try, and so far, they've at least managed to get on the high ground without losing any casualties.
Well, step 3 is going over in my head right now, because I'm not quite sure what they're doing. We have Org going to move over to the point, so the high ground still being retained by Shoes Money Crew, but point still being going. They've given over a third of the pie already, but we have Org looking to get on there. There's Doomfist comes in with the elbow drop. Zeal's being locked up, but he won't be killed. And they just can't hold themselves on the point. Shoes Money Crew don't have the tankiness that we have Org do. 12's going to burn through Colstein and just needs to get himself that Doomfist, who's not been able to assassinate anyone so far. It's Izzy getting the frags in for SMC, but we have Org coming in with a very fast take.
In 1 minute and 8 seconds, they managed to cap with a tank-heavy team. Admittedly, the one big change they brought, which I do like, was the Winston here. If that had been a Ryan, I probably wouldn't have given that fight over to them, but the fact that it was the Winston meant they could chase down these more agile members who are running away, like the Doomfist, the Summer Ranger goes to the recall, for example. This gives them a whole 6.5 minutes now to assault this second point, and the ultimates aren't really that Shoes Money Crew except for the EMP.
Well, Mouse used the EMP and nearly cost him his life. We have Org, who'll go down for it. Barbecue and Zeal taking out 12 from Spoxes. So we have Org might need to change up from this dive ball composition they'd gone for. Of course, there's no immobile parts really that can be picked off by someone like your Doomfist or your Mouse, but you might need to look at other options here. They are sitting on a lot of ult charge that might delay that change. They've got plenty of time to play with. Time is on their side.
I kind of wish we have Org pulled the trigger a little bit earlier in that fight, because now they're playing into, no doubt, what they know is going to be the Transcendence, the Nano Boost is there, they've got the Primal Rage on Colstein. In the start of that last fight, only Mouse had his ultimate. That was their time to go. But now they've got to start playing the dance of all rotations and trying to force ultimates out of Shoes Money Crew, which is going to run their time down by quite a bit.
Well, Nano boosted Zeal. Bit boosted as he punches the wall instead of anyone else, but goes in with the elbow drop nonetheless. Medium strike on top of multiple members, self-destruct. We'll zone them away, and Zeal's going to back out. Mouse did find Spoxes, so they got 1 kill at least. They will kill the momentum as they push back into this room. They want to clear out the stragglers and the squatters that have taken up hold in this room.
Look how many ultimates Shoes Money Crew used in that fight compared to We Have Org. They used 1. They used the Moira ult, and that is it. We Have Org held on to everything else they've got. They didn't choose to use the Primal Rage. They didn't choose to do much else. They've got these ultimates to play with now. Those double support ultimates can be pretty big for them, even though the Coalescence isn't quite there. This is the time for them to go and win. They could have a nice, healthy 4-minute time ban to play with when it comes into the next overtime, as long as they play it right, because there's an EMP waiting for them on the side of Mouse.
Well, Izzy's already taken out Krems, so...
Good stuff, good stuff. More slowdown. Woo.
More slowdown. Going to come back with that self-destruct, so not the end of the world. Kanga, only person on that team not to have an ultimate, but it's Moira. She's going to get it quickly.
Yep, I like what I'm seeing. Mouse, everything is in your fingers right now, buddy. You press that Q key at the right time, you keep your team in this for another few minutes. Unless we have Org managed to get a nice pick off onto him or force him to recall before he can burn it, it's going to make it tough. But here comes the war charge, you might say, out of Shoes Money Crew.
Mess with the best, die like the rest. Mouse, have to get that hack off. Touching the point now, so you're going to need to keep his body on if they don't want to give away free progress. Nice EMP on the back line. Sound barrier comes out afterwards. They didn't find Kara in the mix. He's going to be able to keep everyone alive, and the Transcendence being used by Izzy. Tri-Spear's about to get that Nano Boost online. Could give it over to Zeal to go back into it, but Tri-Spear finding Chubbs. Self-destruct being used on the point. They've got to clear out. They're going to hide behind that pillar. Krem's still alive. Kara moves forward, getting the hose down from that Coalescence, but Spoxes and 12's going to get those kills. 12's, of course, using the Graviton Surge, keeping them together. Kara's running full speed towards the Zenyatta. Izzy better pull it together. Krem's going to pull it out, get a kill. Still contesting this point. Meteor Strike going to be used. Run away if you're a support. You do not want to be caught in the middle of this one. Kanga moving to the side. Krem's being locked up, but he's not going to be killed. Hack, he can't move anywhere. Now you've got to kill him. Make use of this time. Don't let it be wasted. And he's going to get his abilities back. Wasted opportunity. But he did get a couple of kills in the meantime while that was going on. Krem's going to walk away with his mech.
Almost lost it there as well, down to 150, but a little bit tough.
What's Paul's doing on Tracer?
I don't know, mate. I think he was trying to get back to the point quickly because he died a bit early on that last one. I was going to say what happened was that I think he was trying to go for a stall by sticking his Graviton Surge onto the wall and catching 2 members. The thing is, there was already another member of Choose Money Crew on the point, so it didn't matter that he'd done that, and he got burst down by the supports of the court. And he thought, well, if I go Tracer now, I can get back to the point and join them for this fight. Nah, not happening.
Well, the over rotation that we have all forced out on SMC, they created a window of opportunity for themselves. It's now been wasted. EMP going to go in, ult advantage in favor of Choose Money Crew. This could be another one fight, but not much commitment. Now it's going to get away, but Colsty finding a double kill on 2 supports. Zeal goes in with the elbow drop, charging up the rocket punch, will miss. Twirls, but he's going to die. Death barrier just delays a little bit longer. Zeal going to be the one to pick up the kill.
I thought Zeal would get picked off there. No. I had a good chat with Zeal after last week, actually, because Brigitte play last week, as said, was really good in the matchup against Danid. And I'm glad that, speaking about Danid, he gets to play a bit of Doomfist here as well and show more of what he's made of. Got a bit of Zarya playing there earlier as well. A chance to kind of get off Brig jail. Spoke to Facility. He said the same sort of thing as well.
Brig literally means jail. It is a military jail. So why are people going Brig jail? Ship? No, Brig's like a military jail. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a ship, I believe. But I'm not in the military, so I would know that for sure.
Meteor Strike.
Meteor Strike going to come down from above. An orbital strike. We don't really have that technology yet, but eventually we will have the Rocket Man who just flies around and punches people. At that point, all militaries will cower before us.
It's all about the Meteor Strike. A man with a giant metallic fist just dropping on people.
Yep.
Yeah. Not fun.
We have all recognised that as well, so they're going to retreat once they lose one of their comrades for that one.
They had 2 windows.
1 minute, 40 seconds.
I feel they had 2 windows to play with here, one at 5 minutes and one just as they push into point in the first place, and they've lost both of them now. So we have thrown away the opportunity to win this out. Watch them go and win in this next push now, not cry, but hey.
Well, Colsty has a Primal Rage available, going to jump in, needs to use it before he dies. Times it 16 HP when he popped that one, so very close to the wire. We'll get it out. Barbie's found spots with a self-destruct while this chaos is going on. We have Augur retaining those ultimates though, Des. They need to cycle them through, force more of them out. Zeal getting a D-mech after finding Kanga on the Doomfist, punches the side of the sign. That's risky. Krem's trying to hit him with the pistol whip, and the cyberbullying begins.
Here we go. And he's still trying to chase this down by himself as well. Onto the Winston nail to an elbow drop. Not dead just yet. There we go. Krem's finally goes down. 60-second mark is there. 3 ultimates on the side of Choose Money Crew. We have Orc, like I said, they probably had 2 windows here where I felt they could have won the second point, but just didn't quite manage to execute it correctly. Often found themselves in this side room here. What I would have liked to see them do is push for a high ground play more. It's what we saw work so well in Angry Titans versus 1 Point, where you take the stairs up to the left here and go for a push and fight from the high ground. Instead, they're putting themselves in a closed room and forcing themselves through not 1, not 2, but 3 choke points, which just plays so well into Choose Money Crew's setup and style.
And a boost available for Tri-Spear, going to throw the biotic grenade, giving that over someone who's not Doomfist. That's unusual. Transcendence going in. They keep him all retained. It's Colsty. Then the lightning flow through him out the Tesla cannon into multiple members. He's got that Primal Rage back up as well. He can carry on the fight. He knows which way they want to come through. Going to catch him off guard when they move in. Rocket Punch will connect, but it won't get a kill. Zeal going very low. He needs to get back into the fight. Colsty found some boxes. He's already done it. He hasn't have to pop that. Colsty's still alive. He has popped the Primal Rage. Krem's being forced into one of the spawn rooms. No one's touching the point. Twirl's going to have to commit to it himself. Or with his squad on top of Colsty. Chubbs did find Izzy with those hands. Everyone's been forced away. Nice retain there by Choose Money Crew. We have Org. Did a bit of a Sky Foxes. You're familiar with NA Contenders? Sky Foxes. Obviously they went in. They had I believe it was a 6-minute lead on an assault map, and they couldn't complete.
Not the first time. We've seen a few teams with the same sort of setup this season on things like Hanamura, for example. It is punishing, does feel bad.
Yeah.
Like I say, 2 windows identified where I felt they really genuinely had a shot at winning and being able to close things out. Just constantly following themselves round to the left-hand side of the point. Just meant that, again, they played through those 3 chokes, which Choose Money Crew were able to capitalize on with things like the Doomfist, with the EMP, and it costed them quite a lot. Now Choose Money Crew, all they've got to do, catch the first point, catch 1/3 of the second, and this map is theirs.
What you're saying for We Have Org was third time's the charm, right? They would have got 3rd window, could have won it.
Maybe. Would Would I give them the third? Probably not.
Oh no, I'm just finding a way to rub salt in the wounds. It's just kind of what I do. I kick people when they're down. It's a negative personality trait, but it's one I'm proud of.
It's one I'm fully aware of.
It's one I'm fully aware and proud of. Shoes Money Crew going to be on the offense this time around. So very fast capture coming out from We Have Org on their initial run, but couldn't quite keep the momentum going into point B. Shoes Money Crew. Let's talk about point B after they get through point A.
Got to get through there first, and We Have Org. They have spun the wheel of fortune, or the wheel of compositions, and what they have come out with here is that monkey goat style setup again. We call it goats because Zarya is still involved in the comp, which gives you a lot of enablement when it comes to things like the self-destruct with the Graviton Surge combo, the barriers onto the main tank. The one thing you really lack, and I always criticize it for this, is that the problem you face is that you can't stand up against something like a Reinhardt on the enemy side. They are rolling out with the Ana, interestingly, though, as well. So they've got those two long-range supports in the Zen and the Ana. Going to be sitting at range, just poking away, keeping their team topped up from afar, and hopefully safety.
SMC are running, well, they were initially going to run with
Goats
the Sombra
time.
Doomfist, and they're just going to go over the goats.
Yep, why not?
I don't know why I'm surprised.
If you see monkey goats, the best thing you can do is just switch to goats, because Chubbs has no way of standing in a head-to-head against this team of Shoes Money Crew.
And there they go. They're going to abuse the spawn difference they have, trying to collapse them in the box, but it's not going to work. They push outside. They're going for a little bit of moonwalking. Nope, they cut it short. Nice silhouettes, by the way, as they move through the interior instead of the exterior. Just taking their time, waiting for the amp it up. They want to play around terrain as much as they can, avoid taking as much damage, forcing off the high ground. Hang on a minute, what are you doing down there?
Hello?
Why have you lost control of the high ground?
He got booted off by the D.Va, I think. She threw around and booted him straight back off the edge. Just means the Chucks can re-engage here as well. And they should be able to get the kills with a slightly broken apart team. This is how you want to play it. By separating the Goats team, you can pick them off into smaller units. Then you collapse with your more mobile heroes and win the fight, as We Have Org have just done, decisively.
What a play there then. If you were right with your call, Des, and that was Mr. Krems being the star player, knocking off from the high ground Colsty and not allowing that cohesive unit to operate, finding windows of opportunity there. That was the third window, and they did win.
Yep, could have been Spoxless as well. I'm not quite sure. There's a lot going on when you see tanks constantly diving into the fray against tanks that aren't very mobile, to be honest. But We Have Org. Good solid start so far, 2.5 minutes on the clock, so got more to do.
No, Krems undeniably then separated the team with the booth, didn't allow them to get into that interior room. They need to do something with this though. Chubb moving down, Shatter is actually above it, so unfortunately won't go through. Now he's about to run out, but luckily he's got the primal rage.
Get
force him into
outside.
space. Oh my god, I don't know whether he's going to land on there. He was charging, so he might hit the wall and get himself back in. That's it, knock him off the edge. Oh, where's he going? Where's he? Like, the bubble's going to fall much slower. He hasn't got the protection he needs out in space.
It's so peaceful and quiet.
It is peaceful and quiet, but I don't think Chubbs accounted for the bubble falling slower because he had no cover as he went down.
Clearly he wanted to be a spaceman his whole life.
I mean, he has lived in space, lore-wise, most of his life.
Yeah, now he's a genuine spaceman though. He's actually out in space, maybe dead, but he's still in space.
1 minute 46 on the clock. We were talking about getting through point A first. It's proving more difficult for Shoes Money Crew for the time being, but now they've managed to get to the point as a cohesive unit. So this disruption that comes out from this composition from who might not be as powerful. Solo ult for 12. 12 is going to solo ult a self-destruct on top of him. Not the best of options, but hey-ho. That's going to be what's happening.
I've got a lot of criticism for Tolls this series, and I feel a bit unfair with all the missing barriers. Graviton Surges going to the wrong place, like the one in the last round, trying to stick it to a wall. Haven't always been the most coordinated with the team, I think. I don't know if it's more of a panic thing for Twolls, but it definitely has been as coordinated as what it could have been. That could have won them more rounds or more fights. Now look, 41.9%, okay, we lied, it's not quite 33. It's 41.9 they're going to go for. They're already halfway there, Chris.
Over halfway there, but looks to think.
Now they're there. Oh, letter number, boys. Feels bad.
Right.
That happened.
With that win, of course, it means that, well, We Have Org lost the series. They're unable to actually win the series, but of course they will move on to the final map type, which is going to be Escort, to finish things off, where map difference is going to be basically deciding where they finish in Contenders. But unfortunately for We Have Org, not going to playoffs anymore.
Was just about to say that, and probably this next map is a taste of what we'll get next week now, is right? Because this one's you can't win the series, it's a play for pride. Next week they can't qualify for playoffs, so it's also a play for pride. But admittedly playing in Contenders on the big stage, officials are great training as well, especially for the players themselves who will get a lot from it. So let's see how map number 4 goes after the break.
Well, Welcome back to Overwatch Contenders Europe. We're about to jump into the final map of this series. We have Org versus Shoes Money Crew, and unfortunately we have Org can no longer make it to playoffs. They can instead just fight for pride and map difference and fight money, ultimately.
Fight money. It's always how it goes to when there's low stakes in the game. And admittedly in this final map, that is absolutely the case. As I said, can't win the series, can't qualify for next season. Now I'm interested to see if we get some more spicy stuff brought out, because often it's in these games where we see players play something they may have been practicing but aren't quite confident enough to bring out in officials. Now's the time to show.
Would be. And also throw a spanner in the works as well. I mean, if a team's not expecting you to pull something out, how are they supposed to respond to it? And it could ultimately get you that win just by pure surprise factor.
Absolutely. Dorado is going to be one letter later in the alphabet. Dorado is going to be the final map for this series. We have Org. They are going to be the ones on attack to begin with. Shoes Money Crew, the ones on defense. Although it looks like these guys are playing things proper. They're sticking to their guns. They're going to keep playing goats.
This is just like my solo queue games. We're losing. Go goats! Great.
And then no one has any idea how to play goats.
Yeah, well, in Plat they don't.
The best thing is
they have a rough idea. That's the best part.
Yeah.
That's the best part when they have some idea.
Like, there is just no way you can teach someone the proper play, or a team to play proper goats in about 60 seconds. No way.
Yeah, in the time it takes from like to prepare your defenses or offenses. Like you can spell it out. Just stick together. We will probably beat them, and then you just see like the Brigitte halfway across the map. Like, oh, okay, I guess this is how we're doing
it. Trying to yeet someone off the map with that rocket flail doesn't quite work.
Doesn't work. Let's see if we ever can make this work, because they're going to run goats into goats.
Indeed, they are. Let's see if they can get full pinned in. Same way Angry Tide has managed to hold 1 point way back in with a full hold at this point. The reason why teams often do this is because they can afford to. It's not going to hurt them too much if they lose this first fight. Holt's with a lot of focus fire. Hugging that corner does mean that he's negating a lot of that damage. Shield is there from his team. The healings are there as well. But it's going to be We Have All picking up the kills.
Nice play from them. Taking the fight straight to Shoes Money Crew. Will clear them out. Buying more time because you have boost themselves at Izzy. clear him off. He bought a lot of time actually just by himself there. Now we'll get the payload in motion. We're already going to have 1 minute burn before they get to the market area.
Krem, stop, please.
And Shoes Money Crew are going to have time to mount the defense.
Krem's just spinning around so much. I'm like, dude, please, my eyes. Give him a rest, but he's pushed all the way up very deep here as well. Just to push towards gate, at least give Shoes Money Crew something to worry about when they're trying to push back into the point here. They want to get this payload as far forward as they can, so not stuck in this horrible choke.
Nice shatter. Good will block out a lot of people, but unfortunately, Tulsi's still going to be found. As Krem's going to clean up Mounds as well. D-Mech there. Obviously for Barbecue, as we have Org. Their train, their payload, not being held up that much.
It absolutely is not. Mouse with a good projected barrier there to be able to block out the shadow once Colsey got stunned by the Brigitte. However, the charge came through immediately after from Chubbs and pinned him against the wall way behind his own team. And well, it was a nice and easy clean-up from there. We have Org with a very dominant first point, have 5 minutes remaining in the time bank.
Well, time to play with. 12's got himself that Graviton Surge. I thought he put it in there, unfortunately. No, he held on to it. Now he's going to drop it. He's going to get the rest of the Shoes Money Crew caught up. Spox is going to go through them. Nice bomb from Krems. He's really been having a great series so far. Desk has said it, his players said it. Really, you could consider him the creme de la cremes.
What is it with you and terrible jokes the last couple of days? You look so pleased with yourself afterwards as well.
Part of me is just taking joy in knowing that people are going to go, ha-ha, they're going to go cringe, they're going to kind of like feel a little bit...
Or they're going to groan like
They're going to groan like you do as well, and it's just... I get satisfaction from that.
I get satisfaction from other people's disappointment.
Yes, exactly. I'm the perfect, like honestly, to have an attribute, that's perfect for me, because all I do is disappoint people. Shatter onto the ground, going to be pushing them out there. Colsey pinned up against the wall, but no kills coming in. Qual to take out Zeal. Shatter, Graviton Surge, Transcendent, all a bunch of ults. Everyone's pressing Q at the moment. Going to go over the top, but no one dies.
No one has gone down, but we have Augur is sternly in control in every single one of these fights. Shoes Money Crew, their bank is empty. They've got no ults to play with in this fight. That means we have Augur got a very nice, easy clean up here as well. Going to the last few members to get this payload moving on towards the second point, and they've still got 3 minutes and 40 remaining in the time bank. This has been a fantastic push out of them. Where's it been all series long?
I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of Space Jam games here where they have that pep talk in the meeting, and Bugs Bunny comes out with the water bottle and goes, "This is a secret sauce," and they all drink. It turns out it's just regular water, but they just need some confidence, just need to throw everything to the wind, and suddenly teams are turning it all around. Self-destruct, put into the back line, and protect the barriers there.
I like Mouse, who's completely ignored it. Cool guys don't look at explosions, and Mouse is a cool dude.
Kara still going to take out Izzy. There's a man advantage, double support ultimate by choice. Interesting, wouldn't make that choice myself, but Twals and Chubb's going to win out the fight for them with a couple of frags. Kara follows up, takes out Miles, and Krem's going to burn through Zeal. Payload moving into the final section. Still 4 minutes 20 on the last section. Hang on a minute, what just happened there?
They caught Izzy as he's coming out, perfectly timed up with a couple of projectiles. It's just like, bam, you ain't getting out of here, you little hippity froggity. No way. Now, Shoes Money Crew, 3-4 ultimates remaining. We have Org, just 2. Isn't the greatest advantage, you might say, for them, but with how every single fight has gone their way so far in this map, at the very least, should we want to take?
Well, grabbed up before they can even use that Earth Shadow. It's going to be another one fight. Everyone's being torn apart. Chubbs charging through, Twals, Tri-Spear, Barbecue. The gang's all here.
Man, it's almost like what Luddy said about being proactive is the way that you win in this mirror matchup. If you are the proactive team, you're the one forcing the issue, making them make mistakes, engaging with ultimates without making too many mistakes yourself. That's the prime opportunity to win out a fight in 80% of situations.
I do love that we have Augur so dominant, they do blow double support ult in a previous fight, and they're still fine for this one.
Still going.
Graviton Surge pulls them together, still winning out. Krebs has found Barbie, Twals takes out Tri-Spear. Hang on a minute, they're answering him back though. There's a flame strike for Chubbs, and Barbecue going to get a D-Mech onto Krebs, but won't finish off the kill. Kara comes in to drive by Colsey after he's locked up by Sloxes.
I love how Colsey's having to hold up his shield against a baby dealer there, because Krem's just like trying to get him down while there's Brigitte running at him as well. Not having fun time.
Weird decision to use the Transcendence on a lost fight.
How did Spoxes just get nuked there?
He wasn't standing in the Transcendence.
I'm pretty sure he was. I'll watch it back later, I'll find out. Or someone could tweet me by all means, let me know.
At him.
At me.
Oh, even if you've seen someone at him the answer, at him again.
No, just once is fine, thank you.
No, keep it going. Anyway, Tri-Spear's got that Transcendence up now, so he's going to have a support ultimate available. Kara, 50%. Kanga building up towards his own. Has got armor still underneath that shield. Going to be doing wonders for him. Shatter drops down. Nice reactions from Tri-Spear. Will keep everyone alive. No follow-up engagement from We Have Org as they push around the corner. Half of their time bank pretty much already been burnt by by Shoes Money Crew. We have Org still going to go. Zeal very low for sound barrier. They really don't want to risk him going down in these crucial moments. 2 minutes 10 on the clock. Grab surge for Twals. Going to fire in a few right clicks, ready to put the grab down. Shatter will stop them following up. Nice trade. No one's going to go down. Sitting in the Graviton Surge and the Transcendence layered on top. We have Org alive for now, but Barbecue comes in. Multiple kills as well as Colsty. Another one fight. Less than 2 minutes remaining for We Have Org.
Barbie's ult there was so late with the self-destruct as well. So much catch one member though and did force everyone else to scatter and get picked off by the remaining members.
I do feel like that's a common theme though. We are looking at a lot of these ultimate usages and going, why are they doing that? That shouldn't work, and they're still winning fights.
It's been the story of the series, right? Which is, again, why I kind of put them at a tier just slightly below. I mean, admittedly, Shoes Money Crew last week, they were definitely more on tier, and they showed in week 2 they can do it against Angry Titans. Although, admittedly, British Hurricane had just picked up a new member, so maybe that was part of it as well. It's a bit messy, but they are holding strong.
Self-destruct finds no one, but a Flame Strike will from Chubbs. Zeal's taken out. LRT Meg. Chubbs are moving forward. Tri-Spear comes in with Transcendence. Nice stun up will lock both Chubbs and Colty down onto the ground. Kanga takes that mouse.
Yep.
Colt's gone down. Home stretch. 1 minute remaining. They can come out the spawn room, but Twal's got their Graviton Surge. You just need to whack that on the pillar and stop them from getting out altogether. Tri-Spear's already dead. Pretty much. He's being held out. Hang on a minute. How did the Meg get out?
Ta-da!
It's a magic trick, but he layered both Ice Wall and Ice Block at the same time, which really does put him at a disadvantage of trying to stay alive. Nice shot there. Boxes will stay alive, being forced back.
We got flanked by Kanga and right-clicked him.
When the Kanga Zenyatta is flanking the Mei, you know there's a problem. Graviton Surge this time from Shoes Money Crew, but they blocked the entrance. Tri-Spear. It's a little bit too late to get to that point and contest it. Round complete. We have Org with time in the bank. Gonna be going out this all over again.
Very, very close. But, like you say, 37 seconds does mean they at least get 1 minute to push with. And of course, what that minute, or what it will top up to, is going to be completely dependent on how Shoes Money Crew do on their push, if they complete it all.
There's a question based off of their defense, which was honestly quite underwhelming.
It was good, but it's good on the third point. But the fact that they'd lost so many fights leading into that meant that despite the 4 or 5 minute hold that they had on that third point, still couldn't really
we have Org moved to the final section with a 4 minute 20 time bank. That shouldn't happen. And
it took them 3 minutes 45 to actually close it down in the end. So Shoes Money Crew did stage a semi-decent defense.
Yep.
A lot of that, you know, I'll give some shout out as well to Tri-Spear. Really good with the Transcendences, built them very, very fast. It does seem to be the measure we have for a lot of Zenyatas these days.
How fast can you build an ult?
Well, we can't track the healing walls. We can't really track the discords very easily. What we can track
We can track your damage and healing by how fast you generate ults, though.
Yeah, exactly. And what we often do end up tracking is if you like it down from HSL, whether you're getting 3 or 4 kills per fight, in which case you're a beast. Are you using trans at the right time? Are you building trans quickly? It's always the key thing we're watching out for.
Shout out to the fans out there.
The fans, they are my people. Exarath and Hidan, my boys.
Are they? Are they using Zenyatta you're shilling for this season?
They are. Exiled Season 2, he's got Season 3, so he's got the rare double now as well. Bless him.
No love for Ding?
He was... Don't want to flame him. More impressive in Season 2. But there is time. Young and Beautiful play tomorrow. Young and Beautiful play tomorrow. Still time, don't worry.
Still time.
In fact, those two face off tomorrow. Ooh, Ding versus Hidan. There you go.
There you go. If Ding wins, you're going to be shilling for Ding.
Simpson style thing. Step back into the bush, come back out wearing a new shirt with Ding on if they win.
Well, Shoes Money Crew might need to step out with a new pair of Jordans because it might be beat here by We Have Org. We Have Org not taking it as aggressively to them. Tri-Spear taking out Chubb, who's opting for this more monkey-orientated flavour of Goats. Kara on the Ana as well. So they are actually lacking the mobility of Lucio in this composition. Isn't that not a big hindrance?
It can be, absolutely. I mean, I'm surprised that they brought the Ana in over something, well, instead of the place of the Zen. Normally swap Zen out and bring the Ana in that place if you want to run that flavour of Goats. Like you say, one of the reasons why, and in fact, the large reason why many people think Goats is overpowered is purely because of Lucio. The fact that he can enable tanks to engage, disengage so quickly, and he's acknowledged that now. Kara's gone, yeah, okay guys, need the mobility, bring the Lucio back in the mix. It's that mobility of engage, disengage, take ground, remove ground. That's why Lucio is so strong in this comp.
The mobility, you've got Barbecue flying straight after Chubbs. He went in with a charge, I believe. They've got that man advantage as they're moving around the payload, cut through boxes. Moving on to Twals, who I don't know, he's got the barriers. Well, he's just a barrier now, so they know they can kill him straight after this one. Don't lose any members for it. Nicely done. Shoes Money Crew moving on to the next point.
Yeah, a bit of an int comp coming out of We Have Org for the first point defense. Yeah, now they're changing things over there.
Could have at least masqueraded it as an interesting comp.
Nah, just straight up.
Okay, alright, yeah.
There's no reason in any world why you should not bring a Lucio to a Goats comp. If someone give me a justifiable reason, fair play. that person would be insane.
So at him about what happened to that champion, to the hero, at him about the non-Lucio goats multiple times. Let's get that going.
Genuinely. You cannot find an answer to this, and many coaches would be very angry if you did try and provide a reason why you shouldn't run Lucio.
Who's going to be brave enough to do it? Who's going to be brave enough to try and go against the
No
grain?
sane man.
No sane man. Well, Graviton Surge will solo grab Barbie. Comes in at the last second there with the Transcendence, with the self-destruct already going to be used by Barbecue, so he would have got the remake anyway out of that one. Fight still being taken to them. Tries to bounce boxes. Kanga isolated, no shield, forcing out a grab. No, go on, grab Trans.
Chubbs, Shatter.
Well, Chubbs may want to shatter if he wants to, but they're going to use this Graviton Surge and potentially win out the fight. Troll's got a lot of high energy. They're going to burn through the rest of We Have Org.
There we go. Krems picking Zeal up when he was in baby form, so it's something. Consolation prize.
Sharpshooter.
Absolutely.
With the little pellet gun.
Yeah, so Chubbs couldn't actually find any angle there to pull off the Earth Shadow because he was Grav Surge in 1 second, then immediately got charged out of it and pinned away from the fight. If he'd used the Shadow, it would have only caught one person, so he had to hold on to it now for this fight. But they do have 3 tank ults coming online, and they've got the the sound barrier to play around.
Imagine my shock at a Reinhardt being fully out of using an ultimate.
Right.
Sound barrier. Used by Shoes Money Crew, and now Chubbs in a disadvantageous position. Well, he was isolated by himself. He had no choice. He's just going to die anyway.
Yeah, no point wasting Shadow for it, though. Tough spot to be in at the very least, but now it's more clean-up duty, and as said, most of these fights you will see in GOATs will be determined by the first death or the first ultimate usage. In that case,
they were one and the same.
Yeah, they were absolutely one and the same. The ult was used, did nothing, and the main tank died, did nothing.
4-minute 40 time bank, so they beat We Have Org's time by about 20 seconds moving into the final phase. Might be able to clean this up a little bit faster as well.
I get the feeling they're going to be able to end this a bit quicker than We Have Org based on how we've seen Shoes Money Crews play so far today. They've got ultimates online. No big Graviton self-destruct combo to round things out, but they can make use of the Grav Surge if they want and just let Colsey hold down, left click, and then go gold damage, by the way, in all chat. You hate to see it. It's your kind of stuff.
I mean, I love to see it.
Gold damage Ryan.
Gold damage Ryan. Alright, look at that boot. He put Chubbs in there, but he's going to return to sender as he puts Mouse back into that corner. Graviton Surge from We Have Org might be the answer to slow the momentum, and kills coming in. They have spawn advantage. It's going to be We Have Org pushing SMC away from the fight.
Size of the gonads on Chubbs, man. Getting behind the enemy team, charging
He
Zarya
didn't have the choice. He was booped in there.
Hey, man, he'll take it. It's like, yeah, I'm here, man. I'm going to press charge now to bring the Zarya with me. Why not? You're on retrieval duty. Good job, buddy.
I mean, he turned a zero-sum play into a win.
Hey, man, it's a lot better than what happened in the last fight on second point, where he just died for no reason and with Shatter. Hey, I'll take it. All things are equal. Equilibrium's come into play. Chubbs is redeemed.
Well, he's only redeemed if they win.
Somewhat. Yeah, maybe.
Lots of ultimates on the board for We Have Org. You've got the Rally, Earth Shatter, Transcend, Self-Destruct, and Twolz is about to get that Graviton Surge. Just a Rally and a grab for Shoes Money Crew. So ult advantage in favour of We Have Org. They're going to take the fight straight to him. Self-Destruct over the top. They're exposed. Who's going to be blocked out? Not Tri-Spear. Graviton Surge is going to punish that aggression. Transcendence has to keep them alive here. They drop. They're going to be severely behind. Nice Shatter. We'll find Chubbs and multiple members. Zeal going to take out Twolz and Chubbs charge against the wall. Back onto the payload, get it back in motion, just under 3 minutes remaining for Shoes.
You know what I love? Every time the self-destruct goes up in the air, it's like watching a game of rugby. The attacking team, like literally full pelts it, try and stun the Ryan. The Ryan's looking up in the sky, looking where the ball's going to be, like, shield up, shield up, shield up. It's just so funny seeing the mad scramble. In that case, because he backed off to one side, tries to be to the other, he got caught out by it.
The problem is you'd be tackling the Ryan off the ball, which would just give away 10 meters anyway, so I don't know if it's worth it doing that. Barbecue up high, he's about to get self-destruct. But Chubbs finds the double charge kill, damages enough to kill both Zeal and Colsey as they push the Brigitte aside.
Shoes Money Crew, I said it earlier on in the series, they looked a bit scrappy and they don't like making excuses and saying that they got lucky because they didn't against British Hurricane, they did play well. But Hurricane just brought in a new member, and look at their strongest. Angry Titans had a sub in there, didn't have A-Fox, who we called out as one of the key players today. It starts bringing in the question that against a team like We Have Holt, where they're struggling to pull off any combos as we've seen all series long, how do they fare against some of the top teams they're likely to play against in playoffs if they can't pull off things like the Bash Shadow consistently, or can't they get the Graviton Surge online because they just keep on throwing ults out here for almost seemingly no reason. They are saving up Mouse with that Graviton Surge online does mean they can do the Graviton Surge into the self-destruct. Very common combination, and Tri-Spear yet again has got that Transcendence online to use, but Kanga also has his.
Self-destruct being put behind, and they have to hide. They can't stay out in the open against the self-destruct. They'll have knockback coming in there. D-Mech for Krem's only casualty.
Pollitt shatter.
Pollitt may have a shatter.
Come on, boys.
They're still playing it very slow. Through the payload, nice find there, but Grab Surge will stem the bleeding.
They got it.
Barbecue's able to get a few kills there. 12's going down low, Orb Discord on top of him, should be burned out. Now they just need to push it. A couple more meters, everyone's emerging from the spawn room. This panic mode, you can see Spoxes going over to the Wrecking Ball. Just wants to stall. 12 can probably find something else as well, just not the Zarya. Although he's going to stay onto it. Nope, Doomfist coming out to try and stall. Kara's already gone down. Krems as well, but DMAC taken out. Just have Colsty on the point. Spox has found Tri-Spear, but he's going to be taken out by Barbecue. 12's multiple man knock-up, but he's deleted none the same. Chubbs just... Oh.
That's unlucky. Can push it now, please, before he gets
Oh,
back.
no. He got back with the charge, but now he's been bullied away. It's just bullying Reinhardt, apparently.
And now Krems and Wrecking Ball's back once again.
The grab
surge comes down.
You can't spin around the point if you're locked to the point by a grab. Let's put it like that. Krems needs to die. You can't leave him on there. Now Wrecking Ball's going to spin around. So as he's launched across the map, just burning all his time bank. Hey, they've succeeded. They got the time bank below theirs. 37 seconds to 29 seconds. So
it's so ridiculous. Oh, for both teams, it's been basically a straight roll up to the third point, while the attacking team just can't really execute the combo they're looking to do.
9 seconds between them.
There was a really small little change in that fight as well, where we had the Ryan on one side of the payload and the D.Va on the other. And the D.Va just got half focus down for free, and I was like, well, that just shows that synergy and communication isn't really there for Shoes Money Crew in a way that it might have been for other teams we've seen earlier on today, especially. Just at points, small mistakes kind of creeping into the play, and against We Have All, they may not be as punished as much as they would be against another team, but for Shoes Money Crew, it's still going to be another series in the book. They'll be happy with the result regardless. At least moderately happy. So many players, the thing is, I remember like Malzasa, for example, they won 3-1, I think, and on Twitter straight away he was like, really disappointed with my play today, wasn't up to the level I expected myself, going to go home and work. And it sounded like they'd lost. For some players, a better performance is more important than a win.
We're being more ominous about this because we've kind of been alluding to playoff potential, shall we say, and it does raise questions. We Have Org, you look at the standings, you look how they've been performing in previous weeks, you look at the fights that Shoes Money Crew have got up. They haven't got the wins to back up the level of performance against certain teams. You'd expect them to come into this one and wipe the floor 4-0, easy clap. But they haven't.
Yeah.
They tied the second map. They're struggling to complete Dorado. They were going toe-to-toe on Horizon until an unfortunate C9, whatever. But this has been closer than it should be if SMC's chasing a playoff, right? And I don't think I'm out of place for saying that.
Now let's go back and glorify it a bit more, shall we?
Wait, we've got
equilibrium restored.
Balance, one hand giveth, one hand taketh away.
For Barbecue, man. Oh my god.
Now you just sound facetious. Let me do it instead. Colsty goes in with the charge onto Chubbs, who'll take him out. Krems up into the high ground, full drop down over Discord. Good enough to clear him away. Barbecue's grenade comes in at the last second. Not enough to save the mech though. Stunned up, Barbecue. Can we moving back forward again? There is a finite amount of time for success, and Shoes Money Crew are milking every second of it.
They absolutely are. Nice full push there. I mean, We Have All trying to go for the sort of full stall setup that very quickly turned into a pullback. They've gone for it again. Interestingly, guys, Lucio exists. You need him in this composition.
You sound like NA and Junkrat in Season 1.
I absolutely do. I sound like ZP.
Yeah.
What a terrible time.
This is the worst timeline.
Absolutely. Well, they're going to try and make it work all the same. They're sticking with it as well. They've nearly got the nano boost online, but Shoes Money Crew are about to touch 1 meter 73 remaining.
Well, this could be one of the final fights here. We Have All can win this out, but they're sending a self-destruct and a Transcendence all together. No one's going to drop to the explosions. And without Transcendence, hey, Kanga's going in with one of his own. He doesn't have to compete against Shoes Money Crew's healing, but he needs to get kills. If he don't, it's a wasted opportunity. Hello, there's the Graviton Surge. Everyone's going to get wiped. Even the grab damage isn't enough to find Spoxes. The Shoes Money Crew train, it keeps on rolling.
There we go. Time to switch over to Lucio now, I think. I completely understand that in some cases having the long sight lines is very useful for a Zen and an Ana. It's the kind of thing you see on Hanamura on Horizon. On Assault more than anything. Definitely not playing in this GOAT style setup, and there comes the change. Lucio is back.
Lucy go back to the spawn room. He needs to change.
No more Ana, that's all we'll say. Please, let's not. No more.
Just don't. Anyway, look at the third person peeking from Zeal. Wants to make sure no one's taking this high ground. He's got up there early enough. Going to drop down low because there's no contest up there. Shatter through the payload. Was blocked out by We Have Org. Chubbs. Don't know if it was prediction or just holding it. That's an easy grab. That's unfortunate. Unlucky.
Boot straight into the enemy team. They're like, ooh, a knockdown Reinhardt flying through the air. This is an easy kill.
Yeah, if you just at least lying down, traveling horizontally, it doesn't make any sense from a momentum point of view. Transcendence being used, Kanga, even alive. Can't heal that 1,000 damage coming out from the bomb. They need to deal with Miss the 12s in the corner, but he's going to be rammed in there and killed. Kankanga's going to go down, and, well, Krem's been demexed and ready to die.
Indeed, they will be. Still, the push goes on. We've seen teams do this before when you have 1 minute left in the time bank doing a full push of a map. Giganti, always the example I hark back to on Numbani. Shoes Money Crew looking to try and repeat the same success.
I mean, we know what happens at point number 3, though, right?
Yeah, we know.
They just lose.
We know. Unless they get one big ult combo off, it's very unlikely.
Well, there's the first part of the ult combo. Where's the second? Sorely missing. But it is enough to get them into that third section of the map.
And they're still going. Overtime still in effect, but they are still pushing onwards. Can't afford to have the point, which makes it a lot harder, but they still get the wipe down with the Earth Shadow across the whole team. Shoes Money Crew gonna wipe them out, get the push on the go once again. Now we approach that very ominous point in the map where teams have not succeeded so far. I was going to say successfully failed so far, but that makes very little sense.
Yeah, it's an oxymoron.
They've struggled to succeed. But with no ults online, and we have Org with 4, if not 5 coming up very soon, looking at Kanga on that Transcendence, even Chubbs towards the Earth Shadow as well. They're in a good spot to defend.
Chubbs here, he needs to become Andy from Toy Story and make Shoes Money Crew yell out Andy's here and drop to the floor. That Earth Shadow from him could be massive here if he can just land it. Sound barrier coming out from We Have Org. Graviton Surge pulls them together. Colsty's already taken out Chubbs. He can't even get that ult off. Maybe Colsty can do it instead. Who knows? He's getting close to the ult himself. Twirls, already using that Graviton Surge. Self-destruct from Krem's over the top. Hang on a minute, you solo grabbing Twirls. Kanga goes in there with that Transcendence, and We Have Org just blowing ults at this point, unable to get a coordinated push off there. They might complete this one, Des. Shoes Money Crew are on the final corner.
They've used everything and got no kills for it. They have not been rewarded for their aggression. Shoes Money Crew managed to bring out the sound barrier. They've got a Transcendence online in about 2 seconds, and there's no response from We Have Org. Eating that Shadow clean. This should be the end of the map.
That was a real questionable shadow by Chubbs. It wasn't as if there was a reaction coming out. Nice bubble from Twirls there. We'll keep him up. Graviton Surge pulls him to the point.
Kill them.
The idea is to take him away. Doofus going in there with the uppercuts. Boxes can't hide from the cooldowns. They're gigantic. Full map completion, 1 minute.
Oh man, it's being held for what, 4 minutes? They managed to make it work in overtime in 1 push. Admittedly, We Have Org did throw the literal kitchen sink at them and just couldn't quite make it work with all those ultimates.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
The sound barrier from the other side to do enough work for them.
Who knows? We could see We Have Org do the exact same thing, and we have another attempt at Dorado.
That'd be
it's
terrifying.
in the realm. It's the realm of possibilities.
It absolutely is. Of course, all running down to 0 does mean they only get a minute to play with each when it comes round to the next one.
Well, Shoes Money Crew had a minute to play with this time.
And they managed to make it work. Exactly.
Does it just does it keep going infinitely?
I think it's 1 minute until one team stops.
Yeah, so in theory.
No, it's not going to happen.
In theory.
Don't even suggest it.
We could end up with a 9 score here.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Guarantee you, I'll give you a tenner if it goes to 9.
Give me 10 of Ukrainian currency. That's how much I'll wager. That's how confident I am in what I've been saying.
Nah, it's not going to go that way. No way.
It's about, just to give you reference, it's about 36 of Ukraine's currency to a Great British Pound.
Yeah.
So
or about 30 to euros, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
it really does mess with how you see grocery shopping when you're out here.
It's so bizarre.
Hang on a minute. Why does this orange cost 70?
One of the most beautiful things. But into the final push. Now, We Have Org on the go. They have only a minute and 4 to play with. So realistically, that means in 1 minute's time, Shoes Money Crew have to win 1 fight and 1 fight only. And this series is theirs. Well, they're going to lose the first fight. That's done with. See ya.
All right, so go next on the next fight for Shoes Money Crew. We have Org going to be breaking them off this one. So a little bit of deja vu, feeling very familiar to what we saw last round and last attempt.
Pretty textbook, to be honest with you, as well. Basically got the Discord Orb down. Well, Bash came through, then Discord Orb, then Chubb swang away, and there was nothing he could do about it.
Hey, no armor.
Swang? Swung.
No armor this time, though. Right?
Swang sounds like a cool word. I should use it more. It's not even a real word, but I like it.
Say, they're using Lucio. The wonders it does with that movement speed boost. Moving around by the fountain. This could be a final fight. Like I said, 1 fight is all they need. Just need to beat them in overtime.
Shattered. Izzy's gone.
Okay, so take out Izzy. That's a good start. You need to demech Barbecue. Okay, that's been able to happen as well. Fight's going over to We Have Org. They're doing it again, so they're going to push over to the second section of the map.
Go again. Second point, boys. Ult's online as well for We Have Org. Shoes Money Crew. A few starting to come online. But consistently, they've started running through them. Every single time the initial focus is onto a key member, and that last Earth Shadow, they didn't have the shield covering the whole team. So 2 or 3 members were still shadowed.
Okay, so don't weird flex me, but okay. but I was speaking to Jake at the World Cup Paris Group stage.
With Blackwood, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Knew that was coming. And he was basically complaining about how players don't recognize they should just store up 6 ults in overtime situations where they have to win one fight.
Yeah.
Instead of just throwing everything in like at sections. And Choose Money Crew, they haven't got one ult to throw yet. If they start using ults on cooldown, then we know that they're not obviously taking that advice to heart. Right?
We see so many teams doing overtime on things like assault maps. Here they're trying to do it now. Not quite online for them yet. Oh, okay, unlucky. That's always so tilting. Always. Oh. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just needing a minute for that one.
I need a moment to process it.
Just needing a moment. We're talking a lot about forced and unforced errors. I felt like that was a pretty unforced one.
Very about as unforced as it gets, to be honest with you, because the only ult they popped was Rally. They just get scared and run away.
I don't know. I think someone just sneezed at them the wrong way and they just walked.
The thing is, as well, Choose Money Crew did have 5 ultimates
Yes.
about to come online, so of course we won't see the epic conclusion to that match, but it's probably going to come down to a pretty epic conclusion in Choose Money Crew's favour.
Here's what we know, though. We have Orc, unfortunately, cannot make playoffs anymore. They will finish the series with a 3-0 scoreline against them. We're going to go over to our analyst desk and they're going to break this down a little bit further.